Do you feel like you're adding a lot more stuff to your to-do list than you're taking off? One of the reasons for that is maybe you're trying to do everything too perfectly and you're just not getting shit done. So coming up, I'm going to walk you through how I use the 80-20 rule to be more productive with my time. What's up guys, I'm Jeff and welcome to Mr. Thelen. On this channel is basically my attempt at being a responsible, successful adult while also having a little bit of fun and balancing all the things that life throws at me. If you think this sounds interesting to you, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. For a lot of high achieving people, one of the issues they have is that they want everything done perfectly. And so that was something necessary to get A's in school and to get into the right university, to get the right job after school. But in the real working world afterwards, perfection is hurting you from being as productive as you could be. All right, so today I want to talk about the 80-20 rule. And so basically what this is saying that 80% of the value of something can be done with 20% of the effort, or that extra 80% of effort is only getting you an extra 20% improvement. And so what happens with a lot of people that are perfectionists is they want to just fight and fight and fight till something is perfect. And you know what, a lot of things in life, so if you want to be an author and write a book, you know what, you could probably always make improvements to it. But if you want to be a published author, you kind of have to say, okay, I'm done with this and let's get it out and show the world. And so for an example that probably everyone is familiar with is when you were in school, was there ever a time when you forgot about something or you were just busy and it was like the night before and you had a big paper to write? And so what happens there's kind of two factors. One is you're short on time, and what that focuses you to do is focus on what's most important. And with that is like you're only doing that 20%. And for that paper where you stayed up all night or worked on it the night before, what was the grade that you got? So if you're a B+ student, did you maybe get a B on it? And so with less effort and less time, you ended up with a pretty good grade out of it. And so that applies to a whole bunch of things in life. All right, so moving on from the example of school and getting stuff done last minute and actually it turning out pretty well, maybe not as well as you would have done if you had a whole week to prepare for something, but not bad. And how that works in the work world is, so this basically idea came about from me, or I'd heard of it before, but what really sunk in was when I was listening to 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. And so this is a great book. If you haven't read it, I'll link down to it in the description. And when he was talking about the 80-20 rule, he was at the time running a business and felt like he was never getting his head above water, was just working his ass off and not doing as well as what he thought he could be. And so the first thing was he looked at his clients. And the thing with that is, he realized that 20% of his clients were 80% of the revenue. And so what he did is, one, study them to figure out how can I find more clients like this so I can really grow my revenue. And then on the other side of the opposite end was realize that 80% of his headaches came from 20% of his clients. And so, in that case of basically, you can't, if you want to be perfect for all of your clients, it's not going to work. You want to be perfect for your perfect clients. And so what he basically did was fired those 20% that were creating 80% of his headaches, focused his time and effort on the 20% type clients that were creating 80% of the value, and with a lot less effort was able to sell a whole lot more. And then so taking the example from the 4-Hour Workweek and applying that to my career. And so recently when we started the FigCo, our digital marketing agency, what happens, we originally wanted to be called the Fig and Company. And we realized when we were registering the name, there was a Fig Corp, and they said we couldn't use the company name we wanted. So we're like, can we just put all the words together and say the FigCo? And they said that was fine. And so we could obviously gone back to the drawing board, spend a bunch of time trying to find the perfect name, but we wanted something done and want to get to work. And is it the perfect name? No. The name comes from our last names, Thelen, Figueroa, and Company. And what happens is the which is my last name, gets cut off all the time. But you know what? We have a name, we have a business, we have clients. That's the most important thing. Another example from our business was when we needed logos, one for our business and two for Laura's AJ Te Explica YouTube channel. And so for our business logo, which we did first, was we wanted it to be perfect. And so we found a graphic designer. We didn't have a lot of money at the time. That's another issue, is if you want perfection and you don't have very much money, that also runs into some issues. But basically we sent them some ideas for the logo. It took a little time to get that back. Then it wasn't great the first time, sent us some feedback, more days went by, sent something back, and eventually we got something we were happy with, which is this logo. But then we came to creating the logo for AJ Te Explica, the YouTube channel. And so we found this tool called Logo Joy, where you can design a logo online for $60. So Loud and I sat down together, designed a logo in an hour, downloaded all the files, upload those to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and everything, and started creating content, and we're on our way. So the difference there is spending a few $100s on a logo to have something perfect that took a few weeks, or spending $60 having something and just getting to work on all the other things you need to do when you're starting a business. And so that's an example that I think was super eye-opening for us, and made me want to kind of continue with the whole 80-20 of trying to focus on just what's necessary so that you can put something in the done pile and get on to whatever the next thing is that you want to do in life. One more point with that is nothing is set in stone. And so with the two logos I mentioned before, our business has grown and now we have a full-time graphic designer on our team, so we've since updated both of those. And so the point is, get something done, move on to the next thing, and if you realize it's kind of bothering you later in the future and things are going well, then you can always go back and change things in the future. And then another area I want to talk about is this YouTube channel. So we could obviously wait till we had the perfect camera, the perfect lights, the perfect microphones, the perfect studio, more free time, and all those things, so that we could create the perfect video every single time. But the thing is, then we don't start the channel for another 6 months or a year. We put out content sporadically so that each video is perfect, or we can do what I'm doing right now. I'm putting out 30 videos in 30 days, and this is video number 4 and day 4. So I think this is something that's applicable to everyone, regardless of what you're looking to do with your life. So if you want to be a rock star, take over the world, it's probably a lot easier if you focus your efforts on what creates the most value, and you spend all of your time doing that and hiring people to do the things that aren't your high value tasks, as well as what I mentioned with the clients, of firing your clients that take up a bunch of headaches and don't pay you that well, versus these are the ones that pay me a lot of money and are a lot of effort, and go find more of those. And you can that's one way to really grow your business. In a different aspect of, if you want to have a lot more free time to spend time with friends, family, travel, imagine if you spent 20% of the effort as you are right now and had 80% more time, and you made 20% less money. And so that's something where you could free up a ton of time and kind of make the same amount of money you are right now. So I think on both aspects of that, of wanting to really go out and achieve something, or wanting to have a lot more free time, this is something that everyone should be thinking about. Well, that's it for this time. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any other questions or comments regarding how to get more done with less effort, or other productivity tips, please leave those down below in the comment section. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to my channel up here, and there's a few of my other videos that you might want to check out on this site over here. Until next time, bye-bye.